Wildcats going ahead with a third quarter. Ronnie Fernandez touchdown, and then Todd Cusick 2-point conversion reception. But Taunton getting the break on the fumble in the Wildcat backfield and cashing in on it with Jeff Bartell scoring the touchdown. And that's the difference in this game. Marshall. Keith doing the job. Marshall.
On the carry, down to the 20-yard line.
And that will do it as far as this game goes. Riley puts the knee down. Tigers sense victory because Weymouth South, I believe, is out of timeouts. 14, 13, 12. Taunton will not have to leave the huddle. The story this year for the Weymouth South Wildcats and the frustrations that they've had to suffer has been the fact that the Wildcats on turnovers have allowed teams to score. On the 15 turnovers, 11 times teams have scored on them. And that is the difference in this game. 11 for 17 the opposition is against Weymouth South scoring on turnovers. While the Wildcats have yet to score on an opposition's turnover, that was the story here. 2 touchdowns, Jeff Bartell, as Taunton pulls out a 13-8 victory over Weymouth South. For everybody at Dimension 36.
That's a start at their own 38 and 42-yard line. 43 checked that. But there is no score in the game, as it's been basically a very even game so far. As Frank Martin, who has been the Laker offense so far, gets across the 20 and out to the 22, where Mike Harkins brings him down, along with Joe Broderick. As Broderick has been in about 5 tackles so far. As Martin, very busy so far, 6 carries, 40 yards that we've got him for unofficially. He has breakaway speed. He has had a couple of 40-yard plus touchdown runs during the season, as Erickson will not even get near 40 yards. He'll lose 3. Todd Cusick, Sean Gallery just went up the middle and just whacked Steve Erickson for a loss of 3. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Lakers. And the Lakers have either used Martin, and they will do on this play as Martin with a gaping hole will get the 1st down and more. Steve Gabriel tripped him up, and if he didn't, Martin would have gone for a lot longer than the 8 yards he did get, as Gabriel tripped him up and Joe Viola covered him up at the 28 and a 1st down. But 3rd down situation so far, it has been either Frank Martin running the football, or the only other different play was a Steve Erickson to J.P. Duffy pass. Martin toss pitch, turns the corner, and gets away from Chella, but cannot get away from Dennis Grady, who pushed him out of bounds at the 29. Second and 9 as the Lakers, if you watched our game with Weymouth North, -2 total yards of offense for that game. They just could not do anything against the Maroons, and Martin was really stuffed in that game. But so far, Martin has had an excellent first half, as he is close to the 1st down yardage. He will be about a couple of yards short, getting it out to the 36.
Brought down by Stoke Harkins.
As Mike Harkins made the tackle. 3rd and about 3 From the wishbone, it's Rio, the fullback. He'll be short of first down yardage as he was just stopped at the line of scrimmage. Joe Viola
Brought down by
and Sean Gallery made sure that Rio was not going to get the first down. It'll be 4th and 2.
4th and about a long 2 for the Lakers.
And the Lakers are not going to kick. They are going to go for it. Erickson, as Snell breaks off motion top of your screen. Rio gets away from a hit. And depending upon where they mark it, Mike Harkins just, or check it,
For the Lakers.
Denny Grady broke into the backfield and got a piece of Joe Rio.
Good for the first
As
down.
Rio did get away and did get enough for the first down, so Coach John Cucinato of Silver Lake rolls the dice
On the Laker 39-yard line.
and comes up with the first down. He takes the gamble on your own 37. He does get the first down. As Snell in motion towards you, Martin on the pitch back. Cuts back nicely. Martin out to the 50-yard line. And to the Wildcat 49 with Cusick and Gabriel bring him down.
Gabriel on the tackle.
And Martin getting the Lakers another first down. But Frank Martin showing his ability to cut back very nicely on that run.
49-yard line.
And that is the reason he took what could have been about a 3-4 yard gain and turned it into about a 12-yard gain. Rio
On the carry.
bangs his way inside the 45 to about the 44. Sean Gallery get a hold of Rio by the ankles and
Left
slowed
arm
him
by
down.
Good in Gallery.
And Alan Good helped out as well. Second
Second
and 5
for the Lakers.
from the 44. As Snell in motion towards you. And Martin straight ahead gets it to about the 41. Alan Good about the shoulders, and Sean Gallery about the ankles bring him down. As Martin has been the workhorse so far. He has carried the ball 11 times here in the first half. Which has about 5:25 and counting left as Jared Snell will get more than enough for the first down, crossing the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Good for the first down.
As Jared Snell, the person before the season, if you were thinking, as the Wildcats will spend the timeout and talk about how to slow down the Lakers. Silver Lake on the move. They're at the Wildcat 34 with a 1st and 10 with no score in the game. Silver Lake has been moving the football extremely well this second quarter. In fact, they have owned the football for this entire second quarter. They have moved it from their own 15 to the Wildcat 34, all on the ground. As on 1st and 10, it is Martin, met by Alan Good, who drops him after a yard gain. As the outside linebacker of the Wildcats was right in the hole to meet Frank Martin. One of the few times that Martin has had a short yardage gain. 2nd down and 9. Martin, 12 carries, 73 yards.
7 for the Silver Lake.
Second back through, Jared Snell. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 9. Something Silver Lake loves to do over the years
By John DeCote.
is have a fullback type person, Jared Snell, who was a fullback last year,
About 8 for
push him to one of the halfbacks in their wishbone formation and hand off to him. They love the power football do the Lakers, and last year that's what they were, a power football team. As Erickson will throw on 3rd and 9, complete to Mike Dawson at the 20, as Dawson caught it between Kevin Shaw and Joe Broderick, and the Lakers will keep the drive going.
Complete to Dawson. Gabriel on the tackle.
Steve Erickson with a good throw in between 3 Wildcat defenders, Steve Gabriel, Kevin Shaw, and Joe Broderick. And the Laker drive continues as Erickson to throw. And he will overthrow everybody as J.P. Duffy was covered very nicely by Steve Gabriel, who was with him step for step. And you notice some of the bunting around the goalpost and the fence, the blue and gold. It is a homecoming game for the Wildcats. This game originally scheduled for a Friday afternoon about 4:30 under the lights on SAT weekend was pushed to Saturday afternoon because of the rain.
2nd and 10.
And the field in good condition, considering as Martin cuts it back nicely, gets it to about the 15,
On the carry.
where he is brought down by John DeCoste, along with Mike Harkins and Joe Viola.
Down with help from John DeCoste.
As the Wildcats using a little more of the underclassmen as the season winds down, getting them that experience and getting them ready for next year. And the Wildcats do have a lot of underclassmen who have seen action this year. And these two teams will, well, if the new leagues go through, be meeting for the last time possibly for a while, as Martin short of a first down, getting it to the 11, and it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up for the Lakers. These two teams, if that new league does go through the Pilgrim Conference, Wildcats heading to the South Shore Large School Division, and the Lakers staying in the Old Colony, they'll still face Weymouth North. 3rd and 1, and it will be Rio getting the first down, crossing the 10 to about the 9, and the Laker drive just continues.
Rio on the carry.
As Rio gets the first down.
Stopped by Cusick and DeCoste.
That is the 18th play of the 2nd quarter. All of them have been on this Laker drive, which began at the 15-yard line of Silver Lake after a good Chad Moore punt. And now timeout. 2 minutes left in the first half as the Lakers have had the football for 18 plays and 8 minutes.
2 minutes to go in the half.
As referee Frank Niles, you saw for just a second, tell both benches. Rio almost breaking through it, gets it to about the 5 where Mike Harkins brings him down. As the Lakers have just gone power football and have come at the Wildcats. Here in the 2nd quarter, and Weymouth South has been unable to slow Silver Lake down, and they're going to take a timeout to decide how they're going to try to slow the Lakers down. A great drive by the Lakers as they are marching down towards what could be the first score of the game. No score, just under 2 to go here in the first half. Head coach Bart Weber and defensive coordinator Brian Greener talked to Todd Cusick on what to do to slow down the Lakers, who have 2nd and goal as Erickson just overthrows Chef Uva. He threw it behind him. Joe Broderick and Steve Gabriel were on the coverage, but the pass behind Uva, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5.
Covered by Joe Broderick.
This is basic power football. And the Lakers have run it quite well here in the first half. A reminder, Weymouth North Hingham highlights at halftime. As on 3rd and 5, it is a touchdown, Jared Snell.
Carried by Snell.
Jared Snell just straight ahead through the left guard, left tackle hole, and he had no problem slicing his way into the end zone. And the Lakers get the first points of the game with 1:22, we are told, unofficially left in the first half, as they march 85 yards for the touchdown. 85 yards, 21 plays, 8 minutes, 38-second drive. Your basic smash mouth football drive. And the Lakers will go for the 2. As a fumble, as Erickson couldn't get it to Snell, and Erickson covers up.
The attempt is no good.
So the 85-yard drive nets the Lakers a 6-0 lead on a Jared Snell 5-yard touchdown run.
No score.
21 plays, 85 yards, and the Lakers have a 6-0 lead as Jared Snell, the 5-yard touchdown run, as a high kick taken at the 15. Allen Good just goes up the left side, and he will get it to about the 30, where Jared Snell, who scored the touchdown, brings him down there. And the Wildcats
And the tackle was Snell.
will see how they will approach the final 1:14 of this first half. And a reminder, Weymouth North Hingham highlights at halftime, as the Maroons over at Michelson Field for a big game for them. As Chella going deep and overshoots Bobby Layton.
Shuttle pass intended for Layton.
Layton went stride for stride with cornerback J.P. Duffy. And Chella overthrew both of them. And we'll remind you next week we'll have Weymouth North and Marshfield as our football coverage. And then the Thanksgiving Day football game, Weymouth North and Weymouth South here from Legion Field. Next week, Weymouth South, Bridgewater Raynham highlights we hope to have at halftime as Chella guns one to Joe Broderick, who can't hang on. Check it, Matt Deneen, who was open, who got away from Jeff Uva. But Deneen could not hang on to the Chella pass. And it'll be 3rd and 10. The Wildcats next week in Bridgewater to take on the Trojans. But right now they find themselves down 6-0 to Silver Lake. Here late in the first half as the official time being kept on the field. As the clock problems here at Legion Field. Chella will keep. Chella finds an opening, 40. Spun down by Joe Rio at the 48, and J.J. Chella
Joe Rio
just could not get away from Joe Rio. And if he could have made what was an 18-yard gain, a much bigger gain. As Chella gets the first down, and Weymouth South will keep the march going as they have taken time out. We'll keep it right here. As Chella and company so far have been able to run the football much better than they have had in recent weeks. Past few weeks, the Wildcats offense has been basically the passing game. Against Taunton, there was some Ronnie Fernandez runs, but those were on the one drive in the second half. They get the Wildcats their only touchdown of the game.
First and 10 for South on their own
Layton.
yard line.
Split end towards you near side, top of your screen. Matt Deneen. it'll be Fernandez on the draw, and Jared Snell not fooled at all, as Snell bottled up the play.
Brought down by Silver Lake's Tom Cahill.
As Snell made sure that Fernandez was going nowhere, and now timeout. Weymouth South, as the Wildcats are trying to get something going here late in the first half, down 6-0. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Wildcats facing a 2nd and 9 situation at midfield and trailing 6-0. Chella
back.
Quick pass. Broderick can hang on. The pass was there.
Complete.
Joe Broderick knew that he had an opportunity to make possibly about 10 or 15 yards on the gain if he hung on to the football, as he cut right in front of Tom Cahill. But instead, it's an incomplete pass by Chella. And it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Wildcats. Chella gets a good block from Fernandez, skips out of pressure, and then just throws it away. As good coverage by the Lakers. And J.J. Chella, who get a good block from Ronnie Fernandez, was able to get just a little more time and not be sacked. And in the incomplete pass, and it'll be 4th down. And the Wildcats send in the punting team.
4th and 9 for South.
As we are late in this first half, official time being kept on the field because we are having problems with the clock here at Legion Field. As Chad Moore with one excellent punt here in the first half. Rides out a very nice kick once again, a good high kick. Takes a good Wildcat roll, and Mike Regan, who has been the first one down under those Moore punts, touches it down at the 16. And we'll see what the approach the Lakers will take in the final seconds of this first half. Silver Lake with a 6-0 lead, as Jared Snell getting the touchdown to finish off the 85-yard drive. Erickson puts the knee down, says we'll get ready for the second half. As that is the approach Silver Lake will take. As they will take their time getting out of the huddle. And I don't know if we have time for one more play or not. As I said, time is being kept down on the field. And that is the end of the first half. The only touchdown of the first half came at the end of an 85-yard, 21-play drive that took 8 minutes and 38 seconds for the Lakers. Jared Snell scoring, but the Lakers could not get the 2-point conversion. And at halftime, Silver Lake 6, Weymouth South nothing. We will have Weymouth North Hingham highlights as well as second half action coming for you here on Dimension 36, so stay with us. It is the Lakers with the lead. The only touchdown of the game, a 5-yard touchdown run by Jared Snell. As the Lakers get ready to start the second half. Kicking off to the Wildcats from left to right as Uva gets his foot into the ball. Taken by Broderick.
Returned by Broderick.
30 with an avenue, 40. Broderick, one person to beat, and Joe Rio slows him down and brings him down. Along with 25, Jeff Milton at the Laker 40-yard line.
25, Jeff Milton for the Lakers.
As Joe Broderick took it at his own 10, came across to the field, cross field near side and almost broke it. And the Wildcats begin the second half trailing 6-0 with superb field position.
First and 10 for South on the Silver Lake 40-yard line.
Fernandez keeps on moving the feet and turns his way down to the 30 as he dragged Terry O'Hara and Joe Rio for a couple of yards, and then Kevin Barrett brought him down along with the other two at about the 30.
Second and 1.
And second and about a few inches for a first down. As Ronnie Fernandez, who had 24 yards in the first half on 5 carries, begins the second half very nicely as he'll get the first down and a few more yards. Rio blocked his path and then had some help in bringing down
in Cahill.
Ronnie Fernandez, but Fernandez after the 4-yard gain gets the first down as Rio and Steve Ulo will get credit for the tackle. As the Wildcats' first 2 plays here in the second half have been basically come at the Lakers and see what they can accomplish with the power eye type of running, as it'll be Fernandez crossing the 25 to about the 24.
Down by Rio.
Jared Snell and Joe Rio along with Kevin Barrett.
From number 50, Kevin Barrett.
And the Wildcats take the same approach that the Lakers did for their touchdown drive of just power football.
The ball is on the Silver Lake.
Silver Lake did get the touchdown at the end of their 85-yard drive. The Wildcats, beginning at the Laker 40, have moved it to the 23 with power football as Cella gets away from the pressure. Now gets away from Barrett as he throws over the head of Kevin Shaw. But excellent pressure from John Dolan on J.J. Cella as Cella tried to set up with a straight drop back pass. But Dolan with good pressure forced Cella to roll out, and J.J. overthrew Kevin Shaw. Third and 5. Cella on the bootleg keeper. 15 and down at the 11. And he will have the first down as Jeff Milton makes the tackle on J.J. Cella. But Cella had a convoy to lead him. And Cella, who is becoming a better and better running quarterback here in the second half of the season, gets the Wildcats a first down.
The Lakers 11-yard line.
Fernandez, not much success on that play. And the reason being was because number 70, John Dolan, knifed through from his defensive tackle position and made sure that play was not going anywhere, as Fernandez with no gain, 2nd and 10.
Second and about 11.
Cella, a week ago, 11 for 20 passing and 105 yards, but he also was an effective runner. And this time he tries to keep and go around the left side, gets inside the 10, keeps on moving down to about the 6. Milton,
11,
Rio, and Martin all on the tackle of Cella, who showed some good running ability on that play as he just turned the corner very nicely.
Third down and 6 or so.
And the Wildcats with a 3rd down, 6 situation. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown just inside the 1-yard line. Fernandez straight ahead.
Fernandez on the carry.
And Ronnie using his 180 pounds to bull his way to about the 1. As Jared Snell brought down Ronnie Fernandez, but Fernandez is close to where they will have to measure. And the Wildcats, even if they do come up short, will be going for it on 4th down. First and goal for the Wildcats at the 1.
That brings up a first and goal for Weymouth South.
So the Wildcats,
On the Silver Lake 1-yard line.
with the 9th play of their drive, as well as the 9th play of the second half. Fernandez fumbles the football. Silver Lake says they got it. No signal yet. And the Wildcats are jumping up and down, and Todd Cusick comes out of the pack with a football. Oh my. Almost a disaster for Weymouth South. They almost gave Silver Lake the football at their 1-yard line. Instead, the Wildcats will keep it with a possibility of getting on the scoreboard. Fernandez, touchdown.
Good for the touchdown.
Ronnie Fernandez on the straight-ahead handoff. Just dives into the end zone, and the Wildcats are on the scoreboard. We're tied at 6. As they march 40 yards after the great kickoff return by Joe Broderick, as he took it from his own 11-yard line to the Silver Lake 40, and the Wildcats from there just moved it down the field. And Bobby Layton will try to give the Wildcats the lead out of the hold of Mike Regan. It is blocked. And it can be returned as Frank Martin is all by himself, and he's got great speed. Layton can't get him. And that is 2 points on the conversion return. Frank Martin, after the Lakers blocked the kick, just took off down the other end of the field and goes 90-plus yards and gives the Lakers back the lead instead of the Wildcats coming down, tying the game and going for the lead. They find themselves down by 2 after marching very nicely for the touchdown. The Wildcats go 40 yards in 10 plays, but can you imagine? They tie the game at 6, but the conversion return by Frank Martin puts the Lakers ahead. That's a first we have had on a football game of the week here on Dimension 36 as Lopes fumbles. Martin picks it up, and Martin does a nice job just to get it out to about the 33. As Frank Martin,
Brought down by Hawkins and McDonald.
the Silver Lake touchdown drive, gives the Lakers back the lead. That has got to be a frustrating situation. The Wildcats come out, begin the second half, move the ball extremely well, get the touchdown. A touchdown that ties the game, and then find themselves down because of a blocked point after kick that is returned the other way. Personally, I have seen that happen one other time.
For Silver Lake on their own 33-yard line.
Cardinal Spellman Norton football game. The Norton player went 103 yards. It's Denny Grady with a very nice play. As Grady
Brought down by Dennis Grady.
grabs Steve Erickson for a loss of 2. It will be 2nd and 12 for the Lakers, who on their first possession of the second half do not start very nicely.
2nd and 15 to Silver Lake.
And now the Lakers
The flag on the play.
start to the second half offensively begins an even tougher situation, as after Erickson lost nearly 3 on first down,
Legal procedure,
the
Silver
legal
Lake.
procedure on the Lakers will make it
5-yard
a
penalty.
second
It'll bring up a second
and 17.
and 18.
And a reminder, Weymouth North Marshfield next week with, we are hoping to have Weymouth South Bridgewater Raynham highlights. We are working on getting those acquired. And in Thanksgiving Day, Weymouth North, Weymouth South from Legion Field as Erickson just lays it up there for Ulo, and Steve almost made a nice catch.
Erickson's pass intended for number 88.
Ulo was covered by J.J. Chilla. And Erickson put the football where it was supposed to be put, on his outside shoulder. Third down and 17. As from the 25. Erickson to throw.
Erickson back.
Good in his face, and intercepted, J.J. Chilla.
Intercepted by
J.J. Chilla with a beautiful interception. Had to wait to see if he caught it, as the pass intended for J.P. Duffy. And Chilla just climbed the ladder and made a very acrobatic catch.
Weymouth South will take over on the Silver Lake 39-yard line.
And the Wildcats, something that they very much needed was the turnover to get back some of the momentum they might have lost with the Frank Martin conversion return. Chilla, with Dawson chasing him, completes the pass to about the 34-yard line to Todd Cusick for about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. You go back to that Martin return on the block kick on the point after. Weymouth South builds some nice momentum, ties the game, and then all of a sudden Martin, after the block kick conversion, takes it the other way. That gives Silver Lake back to momentum, but the Lakers might have lost it with this offensive possession that they just had as Chilla on the bootleg. Fernandez trying to lead him, and Ronnie looking back and going, come on, JJ, catch up to me. And JJ did not, as Frank Martin and Jeff Milton whacked Chilla down at the 31-yard line. 3rd and about 1 as Chilla got 3 on the play.
It brings up about 3rd down, about 3 yards to go for Weymouth South.
As the Wildcats will go with Ronnie Fernandez on 3rd down, and he drags Jeff Milton down to the 25 and gets the first down, but it is a marker down.
Brought by number 33, Tom Cahill. Good for the first down.
And a marker on the play.
False play on the Silver Lake.
Or check that, there was no marker on the play. First down. As Fernandez got it to the 25-yard line. Chilla, keeper. Fernandez with a good block, springs Chilla inside the 20 down to the 17, with Terry O'Hara brings down J.J. Chilla.
Terry O'Hara for the Lakers.
And there is a flag on the play, clipping Weymouth South. And it was at the end of the run by J.J. Chilla. So the Chilla run of nearly 9 yards is wiped out, as they'll bring the football back to the 32-yard line. As the clip was spotted at the 17. So it'll be 1st and 17 for the Wildcats, and they will take it, or check it. Silver Lake takes the timeout. As right now, the Lakers are just hanging on to a 2-point lead. 1st and 17 for the Wildcats.
1st and about 17 for Weymouth South.
from the 32. It will be Cella on play action with another marker down. JJ turns the corner and he gets pummeled at the line of scrimmage. Jared Snell stood him up. Joe Rio, Frank Martin, and Tony Curtin all got a shot in on J.J. Cella to bring him down.
Jared Snell in the play, the Silver Lake.
As the options being discussed with Silver Lake, which Weymouth South will be declined. An illegal procedure penalty on the Wildcats. Cella did not gain anything on the run.
Second down about.
And it'll be 2nd and 17 for the Wildcats. Cella, keeper, turns the corner. JJ inside the 30 and bumped down at about the 27 by Jeff Uva.
Brought down by Silver Lake, Jeff Uva.
As Uva knocks down Cella after about a 5-yard gain.
Third down and about 11 for Weymouth South.
JJ, in talking about running the football, has run it 10 times so far for 49 yards. That is the most that he has carried the ball in a game. As Al Metcalf or Tommy Melanson stood himself up just before the snap count, and the Wildcats will lose the Cella yardage that was gained on the play before. In fact,
5-yard penalty makes
last
third and about 15.
4 plays, the Wildcats have been penalized on 3 of them. Cella, swing Fernandez. Fernandez trying to get away from Snell and can't, as Ronnie will lose yardage on the play. He will lose 8. As a little dump-off pass by Cella, but Fernandez has a couple of Silver Lake people waiting for him.
Down and about 25 yards to go.
And the Wildcats, who looked like they were going to make something happen after the Cella interception, are unable to, as they moved it down as far as the 16, but penalties and the offensive timing of the Wildcats just was not there, and the Wildcats were pushed back to about the 40, and now they will be pushed back even farther. Delay of game on Weymouth South.
4th down and 30 yards to go for Weymouth South.
Wildcats look like they're going to have a 2nd and 1 at the 16 a couple of minutes ago. Instead, they are faced now with a 4th
Back deep for Silver Lake is JP
and 30. And Chad Moore, who has been having great success in this game, punting inside the Laker 20. Line drives one that takes a good bounce that Duffy gets away from.
Chad Moore.
And Moore's punt is down at the
Up at the Silver Lake
14-yard line by Bobby Layton.
1st and 10.
That is 3 times in this game that Chad Moore has put punts inside the 20 of the Lakers. As Chad has done the job extremely well in this game, punting the football. Frank Martin
carries.
gets about 2, maybe 3.
Stopped by South John.
Joe Broderick and John DeCoste make the tackle.
Second
and 8.
for Silver Lake.
for the Lakers.
Timeout.
And Silver Lake will take a timeout. As right now, Silver Lake holding on to an 8-6 lead here in the third quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Lakers. From the 17, it's Jared Snell breaking through. To the 40-yard line goes Jared Snell, and Mike Regan brings him down.
Snell.
And if Regan does not bring him down, Snell is going for a lot farther than the 24 yards he just ran.
That's the end of the...
And the third quarter will come to an end on that play as Jared Snell with an excellent run to end the third quarter. We will head to the fourth quarter with Silver Lake hanging on to an 8-6 lead.
At this time, we will announce the winner.
Fourth quarter, and Silver Lake with an 8-6 lead over Weymouth South. As Steve Erickson on the keeper turns the corner and gets knocked down at about the 47-yard line by Joe Broderick. As Erickson.
That was Erickson on the carry.
Gains about 7 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 3 coming up for the Lakers. As the difference in this game, the Frank Martin conversion return after Weymouth South and marched down to tie the game up with a Ron Fernandez touchdown run. But the middle of the Laker line blocked the point after kick, and Martin went about 94 yards with the return. As Martin on the option pitch is slowed down by Kevin Shaw and brought down by Eric Strong. As Shaw slowed him down, and Strong got him by the ankles, tripping him up, knocking him out of bounds. Martin, in fact, loses a yard on the play, and it'll be third down.
Gain on the carry brings up a third down and 3 yards to go.
And the Lakers just have to cross the 50-yard line to get the first down, as they have the ball at their own 47. Both teams have had segments where they've moved the ball quite well, as straight ahead goes Joe Rio, who has been the man that the Lakers have used a great deal on short yardage situations.
Dropped by South Cusick.
And Rio is going to be marked short of the first down. He'll be about a couple of feet short. Here's Joe Rio.
Brings up a fourth down in the left.
And the Lakers were successful on a 4th and 2 on their touchdown drive at their own from their own 37. Go for it on 4th and a couple of feet. Snell is stuck in the backfield, and then he gives off to Erickson, who gets rolled by Joe Broderick. John DeCoste made the play.
Stopped by Hawkins in DeCoste.
As DeCoste came barreling in there to grab Jared Snell, and then
on the Silver Lake.
DeCoste had help from Todd Cusick and Joe Broderick, and the Wildcats take over as the Lakers gamble on 4th and a couple of feet. And many coaches will tell you, if you cannot get that 4th down and short, you don't deserve to win a football game. And the Lakers did not cash in as Ron Fernandez slices off 6 yards before Kevin Barrett and Jeff Hoover bring him down.
Stopped by Barrett.
So the Lakers are not successful in getting that 4th down and short situation. The Wildcats still have to cash in.
2nd and about 4, so Weymouth
trailing 8-6 here in the fourth quarter. Fernandez
on the carry.
And Ronnie gets it to about the 35. And they'll give him a little better than that.
Please report to the announcer's booth.
As Ronnie crosses the 35. 3rd and about a yard and a half for a first down. As Kevin Shaw and Chad Moore, the blocking backs for Ronnie Fernandez, who gets the first down to the 31. Paul Bateman, number 51,
of the Lakers.
knocked down Ronnie Fernandez, but Ronnie does get the first down. As the Wildcats at the 30-yard line, trailing by 2. Chad Moore on the counter play gets about 4 as Terry O'Hara and Joe Rio. As Rio has been in on numerous tackles in this game.
He's up a second down and 5 yards to go for Weymouth South.
And the Wildcats staying on the ground where they've had good success in this game. Fernandez unofficially 66 yards. Chella's had 49 yards running. And Fernandez adds to those 66 yards, getting inside the 20 to about the 19, and that's enough for a first down.
Brought down by number 84, Jeff Uva.
As Jeff Uva makes the tackle, but Ronnie Fernandez got enough for the first down as he got it to the 19. Fernandez again. Ronnie drives his way to the 16 for about 3. Tom Cahill slowed him down. And then Jared Snell finished off Ronnie Fernandez. 2nd and 7. As the Wildcats just staying with Ronnie Fernandez, who's been successful in chewing up the yardage. And Chella giving Fernandez a break. Very close to a first down as JJ does get the first down as he gets it to the 8-yard line, and Jeff Uva brings him down.
Carey was good for a first down.
And the Wildcats keep the drive moving.
Just inside the 10-yard line will be a first
After
and goal.
taking over on the 4th down and a foot situation where Silver Lake came up empty, the Wildcats have moved the ball strictly on the ground with this man doing most of the running. As Fernandez inside the 5. And that is the 6th carry of this drive.
Second down,
drive,
5 yards to go for Weymouth South.
Which will have the 9th play of it about to be run. And it'll be Fernandez. Marker goes down, and no Wildcats really in the area where Fernandez, and the marker went down, and it's Ronnie Fernandez signals that it was a face mask. And that will be an automatic first down.
Violation against Silver Lake.
Or check that. It is not a major personal foul on the face mask, so it'll be second down and goal from the 1.
On the 1-yard line.
Chella. And another marker goes down.
Flag on the play.
It's Chella. And Todd Cusick signals another face mask penalty on the Lakers.
Face mask violation against Silver Lake.
So back-to-back face mask penalties. And the Lakers making the Wildcat drive that much easier. It's a personal foul face mask. And an automatic first down because it was a face mask penalty, which would be a normal 15-yard mark-off. So the Wildcats
First and goal for Weymouth South.
will have 4 cracks from the 1 and a chance to take the lead. Fernandez stopped at the line of scrimmage by Rio and Jeff Milton.
Stopped by the left side of Silver Lake.
Second and goal.
Second and goal for Weymouth South.
Yes, the Wildcats.
Silver Lake, 1 yard line.
With 4:30 to go in the ball game, looking to take the lead. Cella trying to go outside, and he is stopped. JJ could not turn the corner. Jared Snell blocked him at the corner, and J.P. Duffy had Cella by the ankles.
No gain on the play. Brings up a third. And goes to goal.
As Cella was lucky to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and goal. Fernandez. Touchdown, Ronnie Fernandez. We had to wait to see if Fernandez made it in, as on the dive play, Ronnie Fernandez finishes off the drive. As he just went straight ahead, and with the effort he put on, he gets the touchdown that gives the Wildcats a 12-8 lead. With 4 minutes to go and a Wildcat shaken up. We will take a break. 4 to go in the ball game. Weymouth South 12, Silver Lake 8. Todd Cusick was the injured Wildcat on the play. He came off under his own power. He's back in there, and the Wildcats will go for the 2. And fumble the football, and the Wildcats alertly making sure that no Laker is there to pick up the football. As 4 minutes to go in the game, and the Wildcats have taken the lead for the first time in this contest. 12-8, Weymouth South. A 43-yard drive by the Wildcats after stuffing Silver Lake on a 4th and a 2-foot situation and pushing him into a loss of 7 on that 4th down play, as 9 of those plays that you saw on the touchdown drive were runs by Ronnie Fernandez, as Fernandez gets a 2nd touchdown and Bobby Layton to kick off. Good high kick by Layton. Lopes has trouble. He tries to give it to Frank Martin. Loose football. Weymouth South has it. Mike Harkins comes up with the football, but Marcus Lopes was not sure what to do when he got his hands on the football. He tried to give it to Frank Martin, and then Martin says, "What are you doing?" And he loses the football, and Mike Harkins falls on it at the Laker 5. And the Wildcats, who just took the lead, can expand on that lead. And 2 teams that coming into this game were looking for that first victory. And right now, with 3:48 left, the Wildcats have an opportunity to get that first win, as Fernandez runs into Tom Cahill, who slowed him down and with help from Joe Rio, bring him down at the 3. A huge turnover by the Lakers, and the Wildcats looking to cash in. Fernandez, his 3rd touchdown of the game. Ronnie Fernandez. And the Wildcats take advantage of the Marcus Lopes fumble, as on the dive play, Fernandez straight ahead just pulls his way into the end zone, and it is now 18-8 in favor of the Wildcats with 3:13 to go in the contest. So 2 touchdowns for the Wildcats, who trailed 8-6 within a minute. There's that 4 minutes to go. Fernandez with a 1-yard touchdown run, and now a 3-yard touchdown run. We have 3:13 left, and the Wildcats will go for the 2. Chella looking to take it himself, and JJ can't turn the corner as Jeff Milton stops him. 3:13 left, and the Wildcats are looking pretty good as they look like they are headed for their first victory of the season. Bobby Layton the kickoff after the Marcus Lopes fumble that Mike Harkins recovered. It took the Wildcats just 2 plays to go the 5 yards, with Ronnie Fernandez accounting for all of the yardage for his 3rd touchdown of the game. And Layton, high kick. Martin up the middle. Breaking it outside, or trying to, was Frank Martin, and he is slowed down at the 31-yard line by Sean Gallery.
On the tackle for Weymouth South.
As Gallery. Doug McDonald also down there on special teams for the Wildcats, as the Lakers, with 3:02 left, will have to go to the air a great deal in the final 3:02 as they find themselves down. And offside penalty was called on Silver Lake against Weymouth South, and Silver Lake refusing it, figuring they've got the good field position. But the Lakers are also battling the fact that they don't have much time left, trailing by 10.
On their own 31-yard line.
And the last time the Wildcats had this big a lead late in the game was their last victory, the 5th game of last year, where they beat the Harbormen of Hingham 20-2. 12 games ago was the last time that Weymouth South won. As on the option, Rio gets good yardage out to about the 40. Joe Broderick knocked him down, and Broderick has had a very nice game for himself as Rio very close to a 1st down. And they will measure. Wildcats did have a lead against Taunton, and you saw 2 weeks ago here on Dimension 36, but unfortunately for Coach Farr-Weber's team, it was the mistakes late in the game that cost them. And Taunton literally stole one from the Wildcats. As Rio, foot short. But 2 plays have turned this one around for Weymouth South. A 4th down and about 2-foot situation. Lakers tried Jared Snell straight ahead, and Snell never even made it to the line of scrimmage. John DeCoste beat his block cleanly. Got in there and got a hold of Snell, stood him up. Todd Cusick then helped out, and Snell tried to hand off to Steve Erickson, and then Erickson was grabbed and thrown down by Joe Broderick. The Wildcats cashed it in for a touchdown. And then on the assuming kickoff, Marcus Lopes fumbled, and Mike Harkins covered as Alan Good on the interception.
Number 11, Alan Good.
Good knocked down at the 40. And the Wildcats can just taste that first victory of 1989. And that could be the play that cements it for them. As Alan Good, with his 3rd interception of the year, as the Erickson pass just fluttered out there. And Alan Good had the easy interception.
on the Silver Lake 40-yard line.
And the Wildcats with 2:47 left will just try to erase as much of that clock as they can, leading by 10. And they will have 5 free yards handed to them unless
Flag on the play.
Rob Herrick, the center, moved the football, and Herrick did not, and Jared Snell thought he saw Herrick move the football, and Jared was wrong. It'll be 1st and 5.
Penalty, Seth Roberts.
There's 2 plays. That 4th down play where the Wildcat defense came up with the big play and stuffing Silver Lake. And then the Lopes fumble on the ensuing kickoff set up 2 Ronnie Fernandez touchdowns. Chella has the pass deflected at the line and a surprising call. As Chella does not want to throw an interception.
5 yards to go for the 1st down for Weymouth South.
It'll be 2nd and 5. That pass was intercepted. There'd be a lot of second guessing. As Fernandez. 25-20. And Ronnie bumped out of bounds inside the 20.
By number 83, Mike Perkins of Silver Lake.
As Mike Perkins knocks him down, but Fernandez gets more than enough for the 1st down to the 17. And he is over the 100-yard mark on that run. 102 yards for Ronnie Fernandez.
And 10 for Weymouth South on the Silver Lake 17-yard line.
More importantly, the Wildcats are able to take some more time off the clock as Chad Moore wrestled down at the 13.
Carrying for Weymouth South.
56, Pat Murphy was the one who tackles Chad Moore. 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 yards to go for Weymouth South.
And now 2 minutes to go in the game, as both benches will be warned. There are 2 minutes to go. And the Wildcats hoping for the victory. Hang on, 18-8 they lead as Chella gets it inside the 10, down to about the 4.
3 of the Lakers, Mike Perkins.
And the Wildcats leading by 10 to put this one completely out of reach if they can get the touchdown as Chella with the 1st down.
This brings up a 1st and goal for Weymouth South on the Lakers' 4-yard line.
1:39 and now counting left. As it is Moore getting it to the 1. And the Wildcats.
Moore on the carry.
Are ever so close to that celebration, that first victory 12 games ago. As Ronnie Fernandez just may have made sure that the Wildcats will get that victory, his 4th touchdown of the game. A very easy 1-yard run as Fernandez took the handoff off tackle and nobody touched Ronnie Fernandez. As Fernandez, Chella, Cusick, Broderick, Gallery, you get a whole host of stars in this one. Allen Good just to name some of them. And Fernandez will be the one who gets the ink in the paper for the most part. 26 carries, 103 yards, 4 touchdowns now. As Bobby Layton looks to tack on point number 25, which right now is the high mark, as Layton almost breaking through and getting the 2-point conversion. 1:05 to go in the game, and the Wildcats are headed for victory number 1.
The score is Weymouth.
Wildcats leading by 60 after the Allen Good interception. The Wildcats march 40 yards for Ronnie Fernandez, 4th touchdown of the day. And they are on their way to victory number 1, and they will keep the Lakers winless. A minute and 5 to go. That's all the Lakers have to try to get 16 points, which would be a miracle, to say the least, as Layton. As Duffy on the return on the high kick, and Duffy gets crunched by Allen Good.
Number 11 of the Wildcats.
Allen Good looked like it was one of those Saturday morning wrestling shows that you see. He just grabbed J.P. Duffy underneath the shoulders and just lifted him up and threw him down in a body slam.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lakers.
And the Lakers, figuring that they do not have the chance, go to Jason McCann. And he gives to Marcus Lopes, and the Wildcats are going to come out and celebrate.
On the carry, and that's the end of the game.
And I don't think it is the end of the game, as referee Frank now says, hey, wait a minute, we still have some time left. And bottom of your screen, the Wildcat coaching staff, the opportunity to smile and congratulate one another, something that they have not been able to do in a long time. In fact, the Laker coaches think it's over, but we still have time for one more play. As I believe Steve Fernandez, or check that, Jeff Knight, the Laker assistant coach, came over and congratulated the Wildcat coaching staff, and they just got to wait one more play, and then they can officially start the celebration. Marcus Lopes brought down at the 31. It has been almost 13 months to the day when the Wildcats last won a football game. 4 second-half touchdowns by Ronnie Fernandez gives them the 24-8 victory, as Fernandez with 3 one-yard touchdown runs and a 3-yard touchdown run, as the Wildcats win their first of the season in defeating Silver Lake by a 24-8 score. It is a special day for the Wildcats and their fans, beating Silver Lake 24-8. Next week, Weymouth North and Marshfield. Then the following week, it is Thanksgiving Day football action between the Maroons and the Wildcats. But here tonight, the game was the Wildcats 24-8. For everybody at Dimension 36, glad you joined us. Good night from Legion Field.